Okay, so let's jump into the pit now with some track and field. The island of Dominica is in a celebratory mood as one of its daughters is now a world champion. Thea Lafond created history for the Eastern Caribbean country, winning triple jump gold at the World Indoor Championship in Glasgow, Scotland on Sunday. Her second round leap of 15.01 meters was enough to stave off the rest of the competition to deliver her country's first global athletics title. The University of Maryland standout was given a hero's welcome as she returned home, and she is live with us now on Zoom to talk about how the past couple of days have been for her. Thea, welcome to the SportsMax Zone. Great to have you on. We have studied your rise in recent years, and I just want to get from you, days after your global title, what's the feeling at the moment, and has it sunk in yet?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me on air today. And the feeling, honestly, in the moment was just absolute joy and pride. It has calmed down a little bit. I think that there is now just more of a sense of like peace. I've worked towards not only, my first global gold, but also the 15-meter mark for years. And to finally accomplish that is an amazing feeling, not only for my country, but also, looking down the road to that big event happening this summer in Paris. So I feel like I'm in a really good place to do something very special.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Paris in a moment, but talk to us about your growth in the sport, Thea, because you've been competing internationally now for about 13 years. You competed at the World Youth Games, World Youth Championship in 2011, and your rise to the level that you are at now has been incremental. You didn't burst onto the scene with, eye-catching performances. It's been a situation where you've worked at your craft and eventually, last Sunday, getting to the pinnacle. Can you talk to us about your growth from the juniors coming through to the seniors, your success at the University of Maryland, and how you feel about what you've been able to achieve?
Well, I think I was very lucky to have some very good coaches and resources throughout the different stages of my life, even at the youth level. Being introduced, my first international experience was actually Carifta Games at age 16, and it was hosted at Montego Bay, in Jamaica. So I was able to really experience the larger kind of caliber of competition for a very young age, and I knew at that moment I wanted more. And when I told my coaches back in high school that this is something I was serious about, they held me to that standard. And the same thing followed me through my collegiate years, where I was All-American in high jump, actually, not triple. But my college coach did know that, that there was something special about me in triple, and he really pushed me to do so and follow that dream. And when I left, my first year was actually terrible in the realm of triple. It was the 2016 Olympics, and I got hurt. I was not in great shape, and I finished last in Rio. And I apologized to my country because I knew I could do better and I would do better. And I have been striving year in and year out to get better. And I think I'm one of the very few athletes that actually PB almost every year for like the last 7 years. So I think it's a testimony to how willing my coach and husband and I are willing to go back to the drawing board and try to get better year in and year out.
Yeah, and you just touched on the fact that your coach pushed you into the direction of focusing on the triple jump, because we know that you're the national record holder for the sprint hurdles, the high jump and the long jump as well, because you had competed in the heptathlon earlier on. How agreeable were you with your coach's push to the triple jump?
Well, initially, I wasn't very agreeable. I decided that I was going to be a multi, and I decided to just train as a multi instead. And about 2-3 months in, I realized that I absolutely hated it. And I realized that if I wanted to go far in something, I had to be willing to be excited and really focused on it. And I wasn't about the multi in that way at all. So it did take a couple months. Eventually I came around. I was like, you know what? It was a really difficult, you were right, conversation. And I switched my focus to triple. So it took me a couple months. I learned the hard way. A few training sessions for the 800 and that multi was enough for me to be like, no.
Yeah, but Thea, looking back today, would you say that the challenges that you faced in your career has truly made you who you are today? And of course, that gold medal really belongs to you because of the different things, the different stages, challenges, trials that you went through.
I would absolutely say that. Yes. I think that, those trials and tribulations that I went through only taught me to get up, dust myself off, and keep going. And I do think that I learned that kind of resiliency over and over again. A few times I finished just off the podium. I felt the pains of fourth place, of fifth place. And to finally get on the podium and then be at the top of it is amazing. And maybe it had to do with, some youth activities. I was a classically trained dancer. And even from a young age, being told and being critiqued in and day out, I think also led me to being a good athlete in that I was able to take criticism and apply it very well. So I do think that, those falls led me to be able to, stand up stronger and stronger time in and time out.
Yeah, and I don't want to be the type of person that you just did something so magnificent and I'm ready to tell you, Thea, so what are we thinking about next? But you know how this sport is, and it's very unforgiving. So the moment you do something great, people expect greater. So what are you thinking now? What's been happening? Are you taking some time, or is it full Olympic mode?
Right now, I am currently taking some time. I'm giving myself a week break. And so far, it has been quite busy with interviews and just trying to get back to everyone who's been, so kind and all the kind words on social media. I'm trying my best to respond to everyone as much as I can. So I am letting myself enjoy it for a few days. But it'd be ridiculous of me not to, know that there is an Olympics coming this year, and that is the main focus. And so I will give myself this week to enjoy it. And then come next week, we are back on that grind, back on that focus, and back, with our goal to be on that podium.
Yeah, what have the celebrations been like?
It has been quite wild. I don't even know where to begin. My country seems to be just more excited than even I am. I didn't think that would be possible at this point, but and the way my phone has been going just insane. I think in 24 hours I had over 5,000 notifications across the board, and so the people are happy. And I'm happy that they're happy because I did this for them. I said that this medal was almost like a love letter to my people as a thank you for the love, the support, and the well wishes for all the years. And I'm happy that they're this happy for me and us.
Yeah, any welcome home parties, get-togethers?
Yes, actually, when I came home, a lot of our family friends got together and they surprised us at our training facility. They got us really good. I don't know how. My training partner, Thea Lafond, I don't know how she pulled that off in less than 24 hours. But I came in just there to see my training partners and say thank you for the support, and it ended up being a party. So that was really sweet, and I'm really grateful for the people I've met along the way. They've really made this journey just so worth it.
Yeah, and you completely deserve it. I want to get an understanding of your mindset going into the World Indoor Championships. Know Yulimar Rojas, and we all know she's been the dominant figure in the women's triple jump for a long time. And when that happens, do you start feeling the pressure of, I now have an opportunity, or do you more relax and go, yes, this could be my chance?
I think I knew I saw the opportunity open up, and I was going to take it. Yeah. That was the mentality. And I came into this championship very calm. This entire year has been very calm with competitions. And I think I kind of reached a point where I just knew that we've been doing such great things at practice. And I just want the opportunity to show the great things we've been doing. But also this year, the training plan has also been to be competitive. I know that the top girls are going to be ready to jump. I know that the Olympics is going to be a fight, and I knew that I had to prepare myself accordingly. So whether Yulimar was there or not, I had to be able to produce a far mark just to be prepared for this summer. And so I'm really happy that the outcome was that, yes, indeed, I got the gold. But in a training perspective, I'm even more happy that I'm at a place where I know that, I feel like I can go farther than just 1501, and I'm sure I will. And that is where I want to be, and that's the level of confidence I want to feel going into the training period for outdoor season.
Yeah, sounds amazing. And I just want you to take us through that competition, right? Because this is a major championship final we're talking about. And Thea Lafond goes out there, takes one jump. All right, I don't like that one too much. Takes a second one, 1501. All right, everybody, do your thing now. I'll sit and watch. Talk me through that.
So, it's funny. I did not realize how much of an uproar that would cause. And I've heard about this day in and day out. So that was actually the plan. Aaron had always, jokingly said, and quite maybe not so jokingly, he has said, just get it done on that first jump. Just get it done. Put something out there and relax, And the first jump, I didn't get it done. And so I said, well, fine, let's make the second one really count. And then after the second one, I asked him, I was like, well, that was a good jump, but, I think I could do X, Y, and Z to make it better. And he just tells me, calm down, like, take it in. You just, achieve something amazing, like, breathe. And then after I caught myself, I was like, okay, well, what are we doing now? And he said, if I were you, I wouldn't jump anymore. Ooh. And I was like, excuse me? And he said, yeah. He was like, take it easy, stay warm, and be ready to respond. But I don't think someone's going to touch that today, Thea. They might come close, but I don't think they're going to do it. And, my husband and my coach, same guy, is a data analyst and is pretty precise with his numbers. And so he was like, data shows. Data shows, I think you'll be okay. And so when Perez Hernandez jumped that 1490, there was a moment where I kind of looked over my shoulder and I was like, been kind of close, should I do something? And he just kind of looks over to me, shakes his head, tells me to calm down. And I held tight. And so I got ready to jump one more time if I needed to at the end, but I didn't need to. So talk about trusting your coach on that one. That's definitely what that was. But I'm fine. I wasn't injured. There were a lot of speculation that I had done something to myself. None of that had happened. I was just following orders and it worked out well.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time, but if you can quickly take us as far into that relationship as you can, coach-spouse relationship.
Mm-hmm. I think that, I think it either works or doesn't work. It's very simple for a lot of that dynamic. But, I met Aaron when I was actually just looking for a coach a couple years after college. And a few months in, I was like, oh, man, I really like this guy. And but I was nervous about it because I didn't want to ruin a good thing. I just found a good coach and I didn't want to risk it. But I took my chance. I shoot my shot. It was me. And it worked out really well. And I think I got really lucky in finding someone that is so passionate about my goals and has basically changed his life to make sure that I can achieve like huge landmarks like I have done this past weekend. And so it works out really great. He is my biggest supporter, my harshest critic, of course. But he really is always invested in making sure that I have the best, I do the best, and that I'm in the best possible position to succeed, which is a great characteristic to have in both a coach and a partner. And I'm very blessed.
It sounds amazing, Tia. It must be a Caribbean triple jump thing at the moment because, of course, Shanika Ricketts is also married to her coach. So seems to be working out all right. Tia, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you, and we wish you all the very best for the remainder of 2024 and at the Olympic Games in Paris and on the circuit as well. Congratulations. 15:01 is magical. The first Caribbean woman to go over 15 meters indoors. So that is just terrific. Great work. We love watching you. We love seeing you compete.
All right. Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Bye.
A gold medal. And Mariah, see, you can shoot your shot. It's okay.
With my coach that I don't have.
Oh, it doesn't have
it's
to be a coach.
It's break time. It's a break. Bye.